Well, hey friends, welcome back to our Proverbs daily Bible reading series. Today we're in Proverbs 12, and our reading today comes from verse 3. It says, "No one can be established through wickedness, but the righteous cannot be uprooted." Now, this reminds me of an image from Psalm chapter 1, where David describes the blessed person not as someone who spends their time trying to receive counsel from the ungodly or spending their time walking in the way of sinners, but instead meditates on the law of the Lord day and night. He says, this is the person who is like a tree that is planted by streams of water. Their leaves are green, they thrive, and in everything they do, they prosper. Which reminds me of a story from Matthew chapter 7 that Jesus tells about these two builders. And these guys are building their houses on two very different foundations. One on sand that looked solid, but when the winds and the rain came would be proved otherwise. And then the man who built his house on the depth of bedrock. He dug down deep into the ground to actually get down to the solid place so that when the storms came, his home stood firm. So I hold these two images in tension. The person who is like a tree that's planted by streams of water. The man who builds his life, who builds his home on the bedrock foundation of the ways and teachings of God. And then I come back to Proverbs 12, and I read that the righteous cannot be uprooted. No matter what storm comes, no matter what new wave of teaching comes in that's trying to throw you off base, no matter what struggle or anxiety or temptation comes along, you are planted and rooted in the ways and teachings of God, and nothing can push you down. So my question is, where are your roots? Are they in the ways and teachings of God, or are they in something else? And have you seen the ways that those roots may or may not be able to hold you up when life gets hard or when things come along? So go read the entirety of Proverbs 12. I pray that it blesses you, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Grace and peace, my friends.